Today, we're going to dig into a math problem that has been hiding in plain sight, and it challenges pretty much everything we think we know about the most pivotal event in history. All right, so let's just get right into it. The story we all know is Jesus died on Good Friday, rose on Easter Sunday. But hold on a second. He himself said he'd be in the tomb for 3 days and 3 nights. Does Friday to Sunday add up to that? I mean, it seems like a really simple question, but the answer, well, it is a huge problem for the traditional story. And when you see it laid out like this, side by side, it is glaring, isn't it? On one hand, you've got Jesus' own words, his direct prophecy, 3 days and 3 nights. And on the other hand, you have the tradition we've all been taught, which only gives us 1 day and 2 nights. Look, they can't both be right. Something's got to give. Now, you might be thinking, is this really a big deal? And the answer is yes. This isn't some tiny little detail we can just explain away. When the religious leaders demanded a sign, a definitive proof of who Jesus was, this was the one he gave them. The only one, this was it. The non-negotiable proof. I mean, just listen to the words here. He is so specific. He doesn't say, oh, about 3 days or parts of 3 days. No, he points directly back to the story of Jonah in Matthew 12, verse 40. And it says, "For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth." Jesus is promising an identical time frame. The stakes here are just incredibly high. If this one sign fails, his whole claim to be the Messiah fails right along with it. And we have to remember, in the Hebrew culture he was speaking to, this phrase 3 days and 3 nights wasn't just some poetic expression. It wasn't vague. It meant one thing and one thing only, a full continuous 72-hour block of time. This therefore wasn't just a suggestion. It was a hard and fast mathematical requirement for his sign to actually be fulfilled. It is the sign that authenticates the true Christ and Saviour of the world. So let's be super clear here. The problem isn't with the Bible. The scriptures are actually crystal clear. The problem is with the tradition that has been passed down, because that tradition presents a timeline that completely fails the only test Jesus himself provided. So let's do the math on the traditional timeline together. The story goes, he is buried late Friday afternoon. That gives us Friday night. Okay, that is night number 1. Then we have all of Saturday. That is day number 1. Then Saturday night, night number 2. And then Sunday morning, the tomb is empty. So what is our final count? 1 day and 2 nights. We're short.